When I wanted to make this video, I wasn't sure what I want to make, but the only thing that is coming up for me today is talking about death. And there is a new meaning to death, which we need to understand, and we tried to understand it in all the wrong ways. And here I am to talk about death in a new way. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe to my channel so that you can receive all the upcoming videos and notifications. Hi, I'm Kirti, energy alchemist. I help in fastening up your spiritual journey. So when I talk about death, it is painful, isn't it? When someone dies in our family, we stayed in grief for a longer time than you think. Many people is in grief for years and years after their loved ones are gone. Death is something we are fearful of. Have you ever noticed it's not only grief, it's guilt, it's anger, it's fear. There are so many negative emotions connected to death. If you haven't ever noticed it, you might see that we have grief, we have anger towards the Almighty God, and we are not only grief, we are fearful whenever someone is sick, like coronavirus or any pandemic where we lost lots and lots of people due to this pandemic. We think that we have to do something about it, but death is something that no one can conquer. Life is something unpredictable, and sometimes we can forecast about what could happen into our life, but death is totally unpredicted. Death is something, a topic of debate or anything. If you have lost someone, then only you talk about death. You want to know about death. When my father died in 2012, I was so devastated that I had to understand where he went, what happened to him, why we were not able to talk to each other the last moment. There were so many questions, there was so much pain, grief, anger, and there was a point when we all lost our hope and faith in God. But I never stopped there. I had to go forward and understand what death is. That's when I started talking to psychics to understand my psychic abilities, to understand the death actually. There are so many people dying each day due to pandemic, and there is so much loss and pain within us. People who just lost their loved ones think that all those who talk about death don't know about it. Actually, it's not true. If you look at me and you feel that I am heartless, I have nothing to say except talking about healing and changing yourself, then you are wrong. I have an experience where I died, where I left the body for minute seconds in this world, and where I saw my father. That's why I know that death is something to be cherished about. Have you seen and read about Egypt? The kings and queens, when they used to die, they used to buried with their belongings and everything. It is said that there is an afterlife and all those things would be needed by the king or queen. It happened that there is an afterlife and there are different planes. There is a book called Laws of the Spirit World, which I read word by word slowly, and that changed my thinking about death after my father's death, and which changed my understanding towards death. There are so many books where I need to talk about what death is and how you can deal with it. There will be grief, and I am not saying not to grieve. Grieving is a process, sadness is a process, but you have to come out of it. If you will stay stuck in there and you think, why my father died? Why couldn't he be here for a little longer? Why am I here when he is not here in this world? Or anyone who lost their loved ones during this pandemic. I have talked about a few people who think that they do not know what spirituality is, what healing is, but They are just sad. They don't have any faith in God, but they pray for other people, right? Actually, we all have to lose it. There is a fear and grief that keeps us stuck. Instead of being fearful, you need to understand what behind the doors is. All the loved ones we lost are actually in their real home. The truth is that death is nothing but a door to our real home. This is just a planet we are here to travel or to spend vacation. Our soul is just spending some time over here. The real house, the real home is somewhere above or somewhere on the other dimension, right? So we just die to leave this body and go on to that level. If someone died in your life and you are still stuck after many years, you have to understand that this grief is going to bring anxiety and depression into your life. Nothing else. There's no time spent for you to come out of grief, but you have to start somewhere. It is okay to feel sad around everyone when everyone is happy and you are sad. Just losing your spouse, losing your family member, your parents, your child or someone. It is totally okay to be grieving, to be in grief, but you have to come out of it. And how you can come out of it depends on you, only you. The only step I can talk about is to notice how you felt with that loved one, how you spent your good time with them, how you wanted to be with them in this moment. When you start thinking about them in this way and thinking about all the good times you spent with them, you're sending your positive energy instead of sending all those negative thoughts, thinking why people are alive when my loved one is not here. Why this is happening when I cannot enjoy my time with my loved one. It is not the way. You have to come out of it. And when you start thinking of all the good things with the person, you will understand that that is the next process. You are trying to come out of that grief, that sadness of leaving that person, of not being with that person is going to be there until you die, until I die. It is not going to leave. And you do not have to pretend to your friends and family that it doesn't matter or it doesn't bother you anymore. You have to accept it, but you have to come out of it. The only step I can talk about is to enjoy all the memories that were good with that person. That's all. And take help of a mentor who can help you come out of it one step at a time. You have to accept all that process. Unless you want to stay in depression for years and years, because first it will be anxiety, then it will be depression, and then it will be bipolar, and all those psychological things are going to come, and there will be no love in your life. You will feel no sweetness in your life. So it will affect your soul, your body and your mind, all three of them. Death is rebirth, a new beginning. When someone leaves this body, there is another one taking birth. That's the process. We all heard about it in different scriptures in every religion, right? When one person dies, the another is going to born. Celebrate, because they are going home to the best place ever, better place ever. Since I saw that light, I do not want to stay here on this earth. That light was mesmerizing and attracting me. And that's why I ask you that even though you think I'm heartless talking all these things and I'm not sad about my father's death, it is not that way. I changed myself. That's all. I gained knowledge about it, the topic, and changed myself. That's all. So, how do you like this video? I know this is not a loving topic for everyone, and you might like to just run away from listening to this. Stay here and listen to this. This is not the opening point. This is not your eye-opener thing, but this is my own experience with death. With my father's death, with my grandmother's death, with my grandfather's death. I have seen deaths. It's not like I am not affected. But in my upcoming videos, I will talk about detachment, where you will understand how I am not too much bothered about this thing, about death. Detachment is a great tool. So, if you have any questions or queries about death, like what happened after death and can we talk to the spirits and everything, I am here to talk about it. I am here to help you come out of the fear, come out of the sadness related to death. So if you have any questions, make sure to comment below so that I can answer them, right? Let me know in the comments what you don't like about this video and what you do like about this video in the comments. If you haven't subscribed it yet, make sure to subscribe. So live in light, enjoy your life and have fun.